Yo, what's up, guys? This is Salam Denith, and welcome to another Summoners War video. And today we have the pre-notice of balance patch. And I know I'm kind of late, so by the time this video is uploaded, the balance patch might already be in effect. So, and there are so many. I did glance over it, and there were so many monsters. So I'll try to make this as short as possible. So let's not waste any time. Go to the first one. So first we have the Sky Surfer Light. Quantum Explosion is the third skill, and it now stuns with 80% chance instead of 50. And I don't own this unit, so I don't know if there is a skill up in the skill 3, like to increase the harmful effect rate. If there is a harmful effect rate increase, probably like 20% increase, meaning now this skill will be 100%. If there is one, I'm not sure. The light sky surfer owners will know that. Okay, next one we have Cannon Girl Dark, and she now does more damage because now it scales both with attack and speed. In RTA, she will be mostly on high speed with additional damage. Now she will do more damage, and you can put like artifact like additional damage by speed. So the scale will be even more with attack speed. Next, we have Devil Maiden Dark. So this is the third skill. No. This is not the third skill. This is the transformation to the Lord of Hell. And so whenever she is out of the form of Lord of Hell, this skill will get the cooldown decrease by 1 turn. Okay, so she will go to the Lord of Hell like more frequent, much more quicker. I don't know if this will be good because the skill itself is not that great. Yes, I know it's an AoE skill with defense prick all the time, but she needs like multiple procs like Theomas to make her good in def. I don't know. I never fought this girl in defense that much. The one time I fought her, it wasn't like much difficult. I didn't have much trouble with it. Maybe it's me. For you, some of you guys, it might be hard. Maybe this might make it even more annoying. Yes, most probably more annoying. But I don't know if this is gonna be overall much better in defense. Anyways, next we have the Dragon Dark Decimate. Now will get an additional turn if you make the enemy fall below 50% health. So the condition is eased. And I think the Dark Dragon has two AoE skills, second and the third skill. So you can practically use third skill, make them below 50% HP, and again with the secondary nuke with the second skill. This similar to Alicia, the water Polar Queen, but water Polar Queen needs to freeze. If I'm wrong. Yeah. So this is similar. Instead of like a CC condition, it's a damage condition. And most dragons you can easily make it do high damage. Yeah. Next we have Spectra Princess Wind. When you gain a turn, if you're 30% or more, so she will share the HP with the ally with the worst condition. This is similar to Camilla and Chow. No, not Chow, it's Camilla, the water Valkyrie. So the water Valkyrie will also heal your ally with the lowest HP with 10% HP. But the difference is that this only activates if she has more than 30% HP. Uh, is it? It's definitely better, but if Camilla has that same skill without the condition, I think we can make this girl also without that 30% more condition, right? No, it's okay. Okay, Camilla, she doesn't share; she heals. Okay, makes sense because if you're like low HP and keep sharing, then it's gonna die quicker, right? Yeah, most probably. Okay, fine. All right. Next we have Spectral Princess Light. So now she always like whenever an ally get an harmful effect, you get the attack by increased by 20 up to 60. So now it's going to be remove one harmful effect on yourself at the start of each turn. Each time an ally is granted with a harmful effect, increase the attack bar by 20 up to 60. Okay, the only thing that is added is the self harmful effect removal, and it's only one. So it's a random. No, it's not random, but if you are CC'd and have like another debuff on top, then she might not remove the stun or freeze. Yeah. I'm not sure about this one, and I never see this unit, so I don't think we're gonna see her anytime soon. More, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so let's me next we have the Chimera Water, and this is only a damage increase for my can what I can see. See, the third skill is Crush. This is the third skill, and the damage increased by 5.1%, and the spread damage after that is now 60% instead of 50. Yeah, basically a damage increase. Next, we have Chimera Fire. So Rakan will now counterattack 100% of the time. So whenever this skill is on cooldown, it always have a chance to collapse the third skill again back to the enemy. But now this is now 100% guarantee to collapse every time. This is mostly gonna be annoying in defense because collapse will strip even. It strip then provokes. Yeah, but this is not even though it's like 100% chance to revenge, it's not 100% chance to land and strip. That those are two different resistant checks. Yeah, okay, definitely gonna be annoying. Next we have Chimera Wind, though, so the stun chance is now increased to 100, and they changed the order of the debuff. Before, I mean, now it stuns and then attack, decrease attack. It's going to be changed to decrease attack first, then stun. Hmm. Is there a reason for this? I don't know. Is what it is. Okay. Okay, the Wind Mage will now have 30% damage reduction instead of 20. Next we have Jin Kazama. So Water Dark, this is the second skill. So the attack bar increase is now 50 instead of 25. So double the increase of attack bar, and the cooldown is now 3 turns. But with max skills, this should be a 2-turn cooldown skill, so you can gain attack bar pretty fast. I think this is a very good buff to the dark one, because the water one, the third skill passive is not that great to be honest, but the dark one has a big nuke skill from the third skill, so you can go like cycle fast into the third skill for the dark one. And dark one I think has endure, right, with the third skill. I'm not sure. No, I don't remember. I used him in arcade. Yeah, I think most of you would have used him in arcade mode. I think he gets an endure. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but definitely can cycle in the third skill faster. Next, we have Paul Phoenix. So this is the first skill will now remove beneficial effect, then provoke, but they reduced the chance to provoke and remove the beneficial effect to 35. I think there are skill ups in this skill, so I think this will go up to at least 50%. Also, I don't have. I mean, I do have the pearls. I never bothered to build him because I don't really like this guy to be honest. Next, we have the waterfall. The glancing chance will now increase to 50. So again, an increase. Once again, not really a fan of pole. Next, we have the fire pole. The third skill will now do 40% for max HP when this not glance land as a glancing hit. Yeah, it is what it is. Not really fan of poles. Next, we have the wind pole. The passive will now increase attack bar by 30 whenever an ally skill goes on cooldown. Will this make. Okay, this was like when it first introduced this skill, people were talking about this might be good for RTA, But unfortunately, this guy is not that good for RTA. Yeah, it's below expectation. But if the attack per gain is now doubled, will it be good now? Not sure. The thing is, this Winpo is a 4 star, and his stats are not that good, and the other two skills are not that impactful. That's the problem. Hmm. Okay, we'll see. Next, we have Nina. So, Water, Fire, Dark. The skill cooldown is now 3 turns. Once again, just like Jin. With max skill, this is gonna be a 2 turn cooldown. Next, we have Horang Water. Attack bar decreasing effect ignores immunity. I think this guy will drop attack bar to 0 and he will gain attack bar for the amount he decreased. So if the enemy has 50% attack bar, it's sort of like absorb, similar to absorb. Not similar, it is exactly like absorb. And this that skill will now ignore immunity. But my question is, does this ignore resistance? It doesn't say here. Uh, it's not gonna it's not gonna ignore resistance. Yeah. Because if it does ignore resistance, it will say guarantee to decrease attack bar. Like the tower skill 3 crush. The tower skill 3 is a guaranteed freeze. It will say guarantee to freeze the enemy. Like that guarantee, that word should be. That means it will ignore resistance. But doesn't that word is not here. So this doesn't ignore resistance. Hmm. I don't think this guy is gonna be used even with this because the water monkey, it just does similar things because he can strip and stun. It's not same but similar, like strip and stun, and he has very high base speed and multi hits. So unless the water monkey is nerfed, I don't think this guy is going to be used. And this guy is doesn't have that high base speed. I think 103. It's not bad, but compared to the water monkey, it's night and day. So now, okay. Next we have Horang Wind, and it's only a damage increase by 12.5. Next we have Gojo Wind. So technically the skill is same. The only difference is that the invincibility is now changed to a defense increase. So you have more chance to get the 3 turn provoke than the 2 turn provoke, and the defect does not stack with skills with increased cooldown. No, sorry, increased cooldown, increased harmful effect. For example, Nyx. If you use a Nyx and Wind Gojo, the provoke is not going to be 4 turns, it's going to be still a 3 turn provoke. Because if it is a 4 turn provoke, that's so OP. Not gonna lie, yeah, but so it doesn't stack like that. So it's still gonna be a 3 turn provoke. I really like the invincibility buff, to be honest. So if you provoke, the enemies will hit you, and with the invincibility, you will not take damage. I don't know, but this is easier for people now to get the defense threshold now for the 3 turn provoke. Next, we have Yuji. So he will now cast a shield on yourself. Wait, he already cast a shield. Cast a shield on yourself equal the damage dealt on your turn for 3 turns when you defeat the enemy. Creates a shield on yourself equal the damage dealt. Okay, okay, the condition is removed. Now he has to defeat an enemy for the shield, but he doesn't have to defeat the enemy now. The shield will now always come with the third skill. Next, we have Nezuko Water. So now Nezuko can't be stunned or slept. Like inevitable effects now will not work if she has a shield on, and the passive will give her a shield, which makes a good bruiser unit for siege. She also has CC in her skills as well. I don't have her, but good for people who have her and use her in siege. Next, we have the Nezuko Fire. The damage dealt will now increase by 50% when there is a harmful effect. I don't know the initial damage, how much it is, and I don't have this girl as well, so I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be more damage. Not more damage. Obviously, it's more damage. Good damage. And defense break is also harmful effects of it, defense break and the bonus 50% damage. Okay, to be honest with you guys, there is a free to play unit. It does more damage than Nezuko. It is the Wind Ifrit. And if you guys have Wind Ifrit, not obviously, but you can get Wind Ifrit because it's free to play. And I rather use Wind Ifrit over Nezuko, to be honest. So yeah. Let's go with Water Zenitsu next. So he is gonna have his cooldown decreased by 1 turn whenever an ally falls under inability effects. Okay, so he'll get the skill 2 quick and spam that skill. I don't know what the skill 2 does. Is it same as the wind one? I'm not sure because I never seen this guy, so I have no idea what the skill 2 is. Okay, next we have the Zenitsu Dark. Okay, so the Dark one. Oh, Dark one will now increase attack bar whenever you land a critical hit. It's the similar to Water one. You can get attack bar quick and spam skill 2 more. The only Dark Nezuko, no, Dark Nezuko, Dark Zenitsu user I know is Obabo. But Obaba has God runes, so we can't really compare. He can put anything, he can play with anything, just put his rune on his, since he has God runes, anything will work. So I don't want to compare Obabo's Zenitsu to any other Zenitsu, so yeah. Okay, anyway, so next we have Tanjiro Wind. So it's basically the same skill, but instead of stun, they are giving him threat state for 3 turns, which is kind of nice. So you can get the attack power buff all the time because he needs to get the attack power buff to get when like to get the attack power buff he needs to get damaged, not damaged, like you get attacked. Yeah, that's the correct word. You get attacked, you get the attack buff because now he always stunned. So if you stun an enemy, this enemy is not gonna attack. So you're gonna get the attack buff. But with threat state, enemy is now forced to attack him. You'll get the attack buff. And skill 2 is a ignore defense damage. So you can get the attack buff plus ignore defense damage. This guy is very underrated for Siege and Guild War. Well, RTA, I don't think is gonna be good, but Siege and Guild War is a very underrated unit. I have him. I use him sometimes, not always, but pretty good unit. Next, we have Indra Firewind Light. This is the second skill. Now we'll attack 2 times instead of one. It says here no change in damage there, so the maximum damage is not changed. For example, if it does like total damage is 20k, so now he will do 10k, 10k, something like that. But with artifacts, like you can put additional damage by attack, so you can get some bonus more damage. And I think the fire one will now hit 3 times, right? He hit 2 times and additional one more time will hit from his passive, which is kind of nice. Next we have the Dragon Warrior. Fire, not fire, wind, water, wind, light. The breath. Huh? Okay. I don't know if this is a buff or a nerf because he gets attack bar by 20% from enemies with harmful effects. They remove the harmful effect condition but decrease the attack bar gain. I would say they balanced it. That's the correct word there. And I don't have any on out of this, so let's just move on. Next, we had the Dragon Warrior Light. The passive now heal HP by 5% when reflecting a harmful effect back to the caster. Okay, next we have the Wind Valkyrie and it's a damage increase. Nice. Okay, next we have Valkyrie Dark. Oh, Trinity buff. The third skill Ragnarok will now grant an unrevivable effect for all allies. So not all allies, so all enemies for 1 turn after both enemies and ally lose HP. Uh, I would say the Dark Dragon is much better for that now. Yeah, the buff makes it even better. The thing here is they're introducing a new debuff called unrevivable. Where is okay, unrevivable debuff. The problem is like if enemy has will runes on turn one, they can't apply the unrevivable debuff. Okay, is it a debuff or like unrevivable effect? Like same as the Dark Dragon or the Wind Demon passive. It says an unrevivable effect. The word effect is there because look at the Fire Druid. Blocks harmful effect. Is it like a new harmful effect? Okay, if it is a new harmful effect, uh, not really a fan. But if it is like same as the Dark Dragon or the Wind Demon passive, then it is great. But we only know after the patch comes out. Okay, next we have Fire Druid. So this gonna be like a damage increase, and he will. Oh, sorry, I missed the Fire Demon. Fire Demon. The third skill will now block effect first, then put the dauntiness damage, which is nice against Juno, Veramos. So they can't cleanse the dots anymore because the harmful effect buff will come out first before the continuous damage. Next we have the Wind Demon. Okay, the shield is now better. It's now 20% instead of 15. Okay, next we have Fire Druid. So more damage for each harmful effect 10 to 15. Next we have Wind Hacker. Wind Hacker. So this guy is kind of fun to use against Zerath, the light dragon on defense. Since once their Zerath used the skill 3, Armageddon, the Zerath will kill himself. The whole 100% of the damage get reflected back. But instead of 100, now it's going to be 50. Uh, Sad. They're nerfing the damage. For all the things to get nerfed, this gets nerfed. Ah, okay. I don't know. Maybe Comtuous is a one of the employee who did the balance patch must be a Light Dragon fan, so he doesn't like the Wind Hacker since it counters the unit. Maybe not. Okay, we almost at the end. We are at the 4 stars now. So Neostone Agent Wind and Light. The second skill will now grant a recovery effect for 1 turn if there is no harmful effect to be removed. So on water one medical support, third skill will now the shield is now 3 turns instead of 2. Next we have Neo Storage and Fire. So the change is that now she will remove all harmful effects. Then she will gather 3 allies to attack the enemy, and this will decrease the cooldown of the attack command the skill if there are no harmful effects to be removed. Now she will remove all harmful effects. Same, attack the enemy target with 2 other allies. So including herself, it's still 3. Then instead of the cooldown decrease, it's now a heal. They're removing the cooldown decrease, but it doesn't matter because the max cooldown itself is decreased here. So this is kind of a buff if you think about it. Okay, next we have Cyborg Water. She will now um decrease cooldown, not decrease, increase the cooldown of enemy skill by 1 turn if you attack the enemy during your turn which has a lower speed than you. So this is good. Now you don't have to build an attack. You can build in more HP in speed. You can sacrifice all those. Decrease all those attacks to get more speed and more HP and more defense. So it will be more tanky and will be more annoying. But I personally don't use this unit that much, or not that much. Never. I never use this unit, so I don't know. Maybe if it's good or now. Cyborg Fire X Kick will now not land as a glancing hit if the target's defense is lower than yours. Is this? I also don't never use the fire one. Is the fire one defense scaling? I'm not sure. If it is, then it's good. Next, we have Cyborg Wind. So prepare will now increase damage to 100. Oh, so they buff the damage. If you attack the enemy with while having more than 50% HP. Hmm. Damage buff. Not not bad. Not bad. She also has anti revive, just like Zerathan, the Wind Demon. And finally, the last one, Medallion Cookie. The first keyword now do 8% more damage. No awakening change, no leader skill change, no stat change. Okay, that's it. These are just like text change and description change and some animation improvement. Okay, that's it for the patch. To be honest, not that exciting. To be honest. Okay, I know that they're not gonna do a big drastic meta changing patch in the middle of SWC. They're not gonna do that. But hopefully they do it. The next patch should be end of November. It should be after SWC. Hopefully that one will get good meta changing patch, but I don't get my hopes up, to be honest. Yeah, it is what it is. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in next episode. Not next episode, next video. I'm playing too much Pokemon, guys. Sorry. In the next video, thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.